only real off-road dirt bike coming from Japan. And wheelies over the obstacles, give it a little blip on the clutch, it's amazing. Light, nimble, amazing suspension. Much better than I expected. Hey, what's up guys, Rado here, and I say this is the only real off-road dirt bike coming from Japan because this is not just your motorbike with the 18-inch rear wheel and the kickstand. There is so much going on this 250FX that it's really a GNCC and your off-road racing specialist. This thing comes with the best in the class KYB suspension dialed in for your off-road racing. Now the engine is all, you know, mid, bottom and top, pulls really good. Plus you have the app on your phone that is free of charge, that is best on the market. You can adjust everything on that app. You can adjust your air fuel mixture, your timing. You can see how many hours you have, what kind of different codes you have there going on. You can do your maintenance log on there. Then you can change your traction control settings, and you can preload so many different maps that you can change here on the fly. So it's a lot of things you can do with that app that comes stuck on this bike free of charge. Now, why this thing is so cool off-road is because you have completely different transmission. It's made for GNCC racing. It has that wide ratio, so you would have different ratios between first and second gear, something a little bit slower like a granny gear, the first one, and then third, four, five, and six would be the wide ratio that you can really go fast on those open roads, open trails. So Yamaha engineers really did a lot to make all new 250FX. And if you look at the bike, it's much slimmer, the ergonomics are different, it feels better, it has all new frame, it has all new air intake. The way the air actually goes into the bike is so interesting, and the exhaust comes from the back, so then the exhaust pipe wraps around. So you got a bonus, you have a hot pipe on both sides of a bike. That's kind of a funny thing here, but anyway, intake comes from the top and is straight shot down into the engine. So this is something that nobody else is doing. You know, this engine is revolutionary for this Yamaha. They are coming with this for many years now, and this is a bone stock, 100%. This is what you are getting out of the showroom floor if you buy YZ250FX today. This thing is amazing! Man, love it! This thing feels so nimble and light. The third gear pulls really good here. Good brakes and suspension, it's everything. It feels way lighter than 350. I was here last time on. One thing that really stands out is the suspension. I just flew through that thing like it's straight, like there are no bumps, and this thing ate everything, and I didn't feel like I'm getting a little squirrely. It just went straight through it. Amazing. A little bit of clutch, give it a little gas, the thing just goes over the obstacles, no problem. You can wheelie over the rocks. You got something a little bit slower, stay in that second gear. Oh, this thing is so nimble. Feels like a two-stroke. much better than I expected. This thing is really fun. 2025, you can tell that this thing is brand new and it feels absolutely amazing. First, let's talk about power. This thing has a happy engine. It really likes to rev, it likes to be on that mid-range. It also pulls good from the bottom. You saw I was going over some obstacles and I just give it a little blip, even in a second gear. You don't even have to pull the clutch in, but if you feather it a little bit, it gives you this little punch and you can jump over anything. And you saw me on my backyard, I was jumping these logs and some concrete culvert there. I was trying to go over it and, you know, still trying to get better in that kind of riding. You can use that skills when you are out in the forest and there is like a fall down tree. It's pretty cool when you can jump over it like that. So I still keep learning that. So definitely power on this thing is so good. Really, engine is so happy, likes to be revved. Yeah, you can feel it's 250, but it runs so nice and crisp. And I didn't change any maps today. I was just riding it 100% stack. I didn't touch anything. We're gonna play with the maps. We're gonna try all kinds of different things. But today was a first impression of 100% stack 250FX. So power, pretty cool. Now, one thing that is the best about this bike is definitely the suspension. I cannot tell you enough how good that thing felt. You know, on that flowy trail, I was in the second, third gear and going a little bit faster. And I know the trail, that's my home trail. I go there all the time with all different dirt bikes. So I know that if there is some really rough section coming, I usually slow down or I usually pick a better line, go around it. But I just try to hit it straight on with this bike and even guess it on that section. And dude, this thing was just eating everything. And when I was coming to a section that there was like a big gap, just give it a little bit throttle. So make that front a little bit lighter and I just flow over everything. Definitely the best suspension you can get on the OEM bike is on this Yamaha. So loved it everywhere. There was like no time today that I felt that I'm not in a control. Even though I was giving really a lot, throwing a lot on this suspension, I really always felt like I'm in control. Bike was nice and stable and it just felt really good in my hands. Now let's talk about handling, how this thing feels in my hands. Dude, that thing felt like it's 250 two-stroke. Seriously, that thing feels so light and nimble. Yamaha did a little, you know, they're putting it all together and made it a little bit smaller. That the whole thing is a little bit smaller than before, a little bit thinner, and you can definitely feel it. Jump on a bike and when you ride it, in my hands, it feels much lighter than some other bikes I've been on recently. And that thing was like so nice and nimble. I could just throw it side to side, you know, going around the bushes and picking my line on the trail over there. It just felt so good in my hands. Definitely lighter and more nimble than the previous years Yamahas I was on. I think they did a really good job with this 2025, bringing it all together, making it a little bit more compact, giving it new frame and all that. Dude, what an amazing package. I just really like the bike. The gearbox on this thing is really good. First, second gear. You don't need to be in a first very long. When I was jumping over the logs, I was in the first gear, but then on the trail, you can stay in the second gear. And even if you need to wheelie over something in the second gear, there is no problem. You can really hit that throttle, give it a little clutch, maybe sometimes even without the clutch, and you can go over the rocks, over the obstacles. The third gear really likes to flow. You can be a little bit slower in the third gear and then also hit it a little bit faster. And then when you open it up, 4, 5, those things are so fast. And I didn't even click into 6th gear today. I didn't go on an open trail, but on those flowy trails, dude, it has everything you want it to have. Like every gear in this gearbox gives you what you need. I didn't feel anything today that I'm missing, and definitely will throw way more testing on this thing. We'll take it on a desert trip. We'll take it on a 6th gear, try to see how fast this thing is. But for now, for the flowy trails, it's amazing. I was in a second gear when I was doing some uphill sections, a little bit slower. I didn't have to shift down to a first gear. The second gear didn't feel buggy. It had enough power and it would carry the speed up the hill. I could go a little bit slower and clutch a little bit when I need to, and it stayed in a good mid of the power and just pulled everything pretty nice. So definitely the gearbox is nicely spaced. I'm happy with it so far, but as I said, we're gonna throw way more on this bike once we have a little more time. All right, my friends, so let me know below in the comments, what would you want me to do with this 250FX? I definitely want to take it on the motocross track. I'll do some desert riding. I'll do more maybe hard enduro, more trail, some single track, and I will try to get as much as possible out of this bike and share this information with you guys. So if you are thinking about buying 250FX, let me know below in the comments what kind of info are you looking for, what do you want me to test, what do you want me to try. I'm gonna do my best to bring the videos that you guys can benefit from. All right, my friends, well, that's about it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.